I was a busy mom of 4, homeschooling during the day, and running my business at night. I found myself so fatigued that I took 3-hour naps in the middle of the day, every single day. For a while, I just thought I was burning the candle at both ends. But I finally realized when the summer arrived and I was still exhausted, something was wrong. My family had a history of colon cancer, so I knew it was a very real possibility. I had been diligent about getting regular colonoscopies. I knew the signs to watch for, and I hadn't been experiencing any of them. Still, I went to see a doctor. I was lying in bed at the surgery center when my doctor walked in. I could tell by the look on his face that something was wrong. He told me what every patient hopes they never hear. We found cancer. I started crying, and I couldn't stop. I was filled with fear at the thought of not seeing our 4 kids grow up or growing old with my husband, Jimmy. I instantly flashed back to the time when I was 13 years old, when I lost my father to cancer. I spent my entire life trying to avoid this moment, yet here I was, diagnosed at the very same age with the very same type of cancer that took my father's life, my grandmother's life, and half of her siblings. This seemed hopeless, and I was only 37. At that moment, I came face to face with the reality that my days were numbered. I had surgeries to remove the tumors, but even with chemo and radiation, the odds of surviving stage 4 colon cancer were less than 8%. So I decided not to do chemo and radiation. At home, as I was recovering from my surgeries, I would look over at night and I could see Jimmy searching the internet for anything that could help me. However, he wasn't finding much. During this time, we met with a physician who told us about mistletoe therapy. Who would have thought that the plant you see at Christmas time was used around the world to treat cancer? I was willing to try anything. But because therapies like this are not covered by insurance, I was worried that we wouldn't be able to afford it, and we couldn't. But a community of people encircled us to help us to save my life. A community who were willing to give of their resources so I could have a second chance at life. And the therapy, it worked. I will be forever grateful for that community of people who were a part of my story and a part of me living today. What I found on my own journey is that you don't have to live in fear when you have people surrounding you. I realized that hopelessness does not need to be a part of this battle. Every person who was willing to show up gave me hope. And what a blessing it was to not have to worry about money to get my life-saving treatment, because there were people around me who cared. My story is not unique. For me, it was a personal cancer journey. But for you, it could be a friend or a family member who has just been diagnosed. I believe cancer patients should have access to every tool and resource possible during their cancer journey, and they shouldn't have to go through it alone. That they should have peace, hope, and a community to help them on their journey too. This is why Jimmy and I established Believe Big. We wanted to help families with the overwhelming treatment process by bridging the gap between conventional and complementary medicine to heal in all aspects of life. Not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually as well. Over the past 10 years, we have helped over 1 million people face, fight, and overcome their cancer. The next 2 years, we want to surpass 2 million people in helping them live a long and vibrant life. But it won't be possible without your help. Like many of you, I want to be proactive and be a part of the solution. Like many of you, there have been times I have been hesitant because I wasn't sure where my money was going, and I wanted to contribute in a meaningful way. Like many of you, I want to make sure our donations are actually going to the patients who need help. There's no better way to share this with you and how this works than by having the patients and their loved ones tell you themselves.
Hi, Bleed Big. We wanted to update and let everyone know that Micah is doing wonderful. He had his 2-year off of treatment scans and they were all clear, and he's cancer-free and thriving. We also wanted to just thank Believe Big for everything that they do. The continued education, the support, the mistletoe. Believe Big is a family to us. We recognize that healing from cancer is a lifetime approach. And with the continued education, I feel like it's so important for us to continue to learn so that we can do better. And we are just very thankful for our Believe Big family. Thank you.
Too often we hear there will never be a cure for cancer, and it's a losing battle. And I'm here to tell you, there are things we can do right now to dramatically improve a patient's quality of life and the ability to overcome cancer. You need to know that every dollar you donate, it provides a patient with the financial access to treatments that work. To give you an idea of how your giving can make a difference, for $100 per month or a one-time gift of $1,200, you can give 6 patients a grant to see an integrative practitioner who specializes in oncology. One of the most common questions I get asked is, Ivelisse, how do I become a hope giver? The next step is for you to simply text the word BELIEVE to 80888 to give a one-time gift and to also consider becoming one of our monthly hope givers. Now is the time for us to join together if we're going to tell cancer who's boss and do our part to fight. Picture a day when you can feel confident that you are doing your part to help people who are struggling with cancer. Picture a day when a cancer survivor comes up to you, hugs you, and says, "Thank you for not turning your back on me and giving me a second chance at life." Picture a day when people who face cancer no longer see it as a death sentence. They can easily find the treatments they need and will finally stop cancer from stopping us. All because of you. Even though my dad did not receive the treatments he needed, I did. I broke the cycle in my family, and because of that, hundreds of others have too. There comes a time in all of our lives when we need people who will rally around us and give us the hope, encouragement, and the support that we need. We don't have to go through difficult things alone. Today, you can be that person for someone facing cancer. Today, you can be that person who shows up and offers hope. Today is the day that you become a hope giver.